When the exhibition ended, the swamp was once again wrapped in a shabby cloth, and fearing that the painting would disappear from the world, the narrator asked the art critic where the artist's family lived, but the critic merely shrugged with annoyance. After much effort, the narrator visited the artist's older sister, who spoke with deep exhaustion about how her brother had sold almost no paintings and had spent day and night painting nothing but yellow swamps. The dozens of sketches that the artist's sister brought out from the back of a cupboard depicted reeds, poplars, fig trees, and muddy water. But the later the date, the more violent the lines became and the more empty spaces appeared. Noticing that the same place name had been written repeatedly on the backs of the sketches, the narrator learned that a real swamp existed there and boarded a train the morning after the rain, while the art critic laughed at the journey as foolish. When the narrator reached the swamp, the plants were lush and green, but as soon as the clouds hung low, the landscape turned a heavy yellow, making the narrator realize that the artist had not exaggerated, but had seen another kind of truth. The narrator slipped at the edge of the swamp and sank into the deep mud, where a decaying wooden box emerged, containing dried yellow paint and brushes worn down from repeated sharpening. A water-damaged letter at the bottom of the box stated that the artist did not wish to portray nature beautifully, but wanted to capture the moment when nature rejected humanity, and the narrator stood there motionless for a long time. When the narrator showed the letter and sketches to the art critic, the critic first tried to laugh, but after learning that the artist had pursued the truth he saw until the end, he looked at the swamp in silence for the first time. The following year, a small exhibition featuring the swamp and the surviving sketches was held, and visitors stood for a long time before the yellow vegetation, though the narrator could not sincerely rejoice in such belated recognition. Standing before the swamp, now brightly illuminated, at the center of the gallery, the art critic quietly said, "I think I understand it a little now." And without looking away from the painting, the narrator repeated the same words as before. "It is a masterpiece."